I went back to the edit texture button and I just made sure that the image was back in the middle. Now that I know that the size is correct, I'm not doing anything with the scaling. I'm just making this so I can see everything. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to trace around your pattern pieces. For this jacket that I made, some of the pattern pieces are symmetrical, so I only draw around it once and then I can press a button to make it flip and we have a symmetric pattern. And some of them are go over both sides of the body. So what we need to do is go to the polygon tool, this one, and we need to zoom in. So I'm using the scrolling sort of wheel on my mouse to zoom right in. And then you can see here, let's start with this front piece. So it's quite difficult to see in the photo, but what's important is that we're drawing around the actual seam line and not the seam allowance. So what I'm saying is we're drawing around this, not that edge. Because the Clo3D, it joins it at the edge of the it joins it at the seam. It joins it just with the seams. You don't have to have seam allowance in Clo3D. Although when you do want to export them as real patterns, you can add seam allowance to them. So we're going to draw, trace around and draw over the seam lines on your pattern pieces. This is quite similar to the way that you'll have done technical drawings in Illustrator. So you can click down on a point, and then maybe you go to a middle point and hold down, and these anchors come out. And then click down again. If you want it to stay straight, don't hold down, just click down and go into the next one. And then go around like this. We covered some of this in the Photoshop lesson, I think. Some of your patterns might be slightly clearer than mine. And then if you have an anchor coming off like that, but you don't want it coming off, you go back and click on it. I'm zooming in and out, by the way. I'm zooming in and out with my wheel. If you don't have a mouse, this is why having a mouse is really, really useful. Is there a bit of a curve there? Maybe just a little bit. Okay, and then back to the start. And then, oh yeah, so it'll try and fill the pattern piece in with only fabric that it knows. So let's change that. Let's go to the transform pattern tool, which is kind of like our normal pointer tool. And we'll go over to object browser and let's just add a plain fabric so that we know that these ones are just plain so we don't get confused. So object browser, add, and straight away just got plain fabric. You can click down on that and drag and plop it into your pattern piece, and then it's just white. So then we don't have to get confused about the shape.